Hello and welcome back to the finish line. So this video is a Sunday's card of the Leopardstown Dublin Racing Festival. So we're going to start off with the 1240, which is the Mayor's Handicap Hurdle over 2 mile 4. So I've gone through this, lots of runners. I've narrowed it down to 3 that I like in it. So the one that I think she's going to be a standout bet in the race, I think, and it's Contingency of Willie Mullins. A very good horse in the flat, has stepped up on it on hurdles form. Good wins in her first 2 runs, and I think she's a nice racing weight for this. And I think she's about 11 to 4, 3 to 1. I think she's a very, very good chance of winning this. And also a bigger price is another one of Willie Mullins, which is Court Artist. She ran at Haydock in her last race. She was third to Capsule A. She looked like she had the race won before she jumped last, but she made hash at the last and she practically stopped her walk. She got going at the end again but couldn't get back up to beat Capsule A. She's a 9 to 1 chance. She's a very solid each way bet at 9 to 1. And another one that I like is Lady Buttons. She's currently a 12 to 1 shot. Her last race was over course, but she's dropping down 2 furlongs in trip. She travelled fairly well for a long way in the grade 3, which Let Dance won. She just didn't seem to stay too far, and a drop down 2 furlongs to see will help her a lot. So 12 to 1, she's a solid each way chance as well, and she's been improving up to her last run. So the 1240 Mayor's Hurdle, I've gone for Contingency at 3 to 1. For each way backers, there's Court Artist and Lady Buttons. So next we go to the first grade 1 of the day, which is the Juvenile Hurdle. And this looks a standout opportunity for S4 Dilland. This looks like Ireland's best juvenile at the moment, and majority of the horses that are running this, he's had to beaten already. And the last race he was giving weight away, and now he's run off levels. So I think this is going to be another win for him to maintain his unbeaten record going into Cheltenham. The one that is a standout each way bet is Mr. Adjudicator, one of Willie Mullins' horse. Decent on the flat, won his maiden hurdle. You'd be expecting a lot of improvement out from his maiden hurdle, especially being with Willie Mullins. And a 5 to 1, 6 to 1 to get in place. He's a solid each way bet. But I think this is going to go to the favourite at even money, and I don't see why Farclas is going to overturn the form off level weights this time, even though it was only his second run. So I think favourite's going to get this, and I think he's going to go on to Cheltenham and fight Apple Shakira for favouritism in the Juvenile Hurdle. So next we'll go on to the Delight Novice Hurdle, another grade 1. So this sees Sam Crow and Sarja lock horns over 2 miles. At first, it was surprising seeing Sam Crow dropping down in trip after running so well over longer the last time. But he seems to have a lot of gears, and from what I heard, Davy Russell said this horse is the closest to equine perfection you're ever going to see. So that's high praise from one of Ireland's leading jockeys. But I think he has a look of one of Gordon Ilda's hot pots over the last few years, who's gone to Cheltenham, the talking horse. And what Michael O'Leary actually said at Christmas at Leopardstown, it's all talk. He hasn't done anything yet. Before he does it, he's not a superstar. He said the same with Ted Juicy. They went to Cheltenham unbeaten. They just didn't turn up at Cheltenham. But until he does it, I still have question marks over him, especially at the price he is at the moment. And with Sarja at 3 to 1, 7 to 2, I think he's a great bet. He's going to be a proper 2 miler, I'd say. I say Willie Mullins is going to have a dilemma with him and Getaboard, which races to run him in. And he was going to win the Future Novice Hurdle at Leopardstown with Patrick Mullins on board before tipping up at the last with Real Steel next to him. Real Steel is also in this race, but if you go on Sarja's form, Real Steel should be in the mix at, he's about 14 to 1 at the moment. But I think this could be a chance for Sharjah to cement his place at Cheltenham at top of the market, either the Supreme or the Neptune or the Ballymore, whatever it's called now. Also, bigger price in this, Ploma Blue, 25 to 1. He seems to be getting the hang of things over hurdles now. He jumped better in his last race and one going away at the end. And another one is a top bumper horse, Dubex. Mags Mullen's bumper horse. He was second to Fiona at the Cheltenham Festival. Skipped Punchestown. I think she ran at Limerick or something like that, and she won her bumper there. She ran a maiden hurdle over Leopardstown at Christmas time. Looked like he badly needed. He tanked around the whole way, but just gassed out at the end. So I think they're very bigger prices, 25 to 1 and 12 to 1. They could be working each way bet. But I think I like to look at Sharjah in this, even though there's so much hype about Samcrow. Until he does that, I won't be going near him at that price. Next, we're on to 225, the handicap hurdle. And this sees Total Recall go back over hurdles after winning the Ladbrokes Gold Cup, also known as the Hennessy. He's absolutely chucked him. If he's improved 10, 12 pounds more over hurdles, he's going to win this with his head in his chest. He's 6 to 4 now. It's not going to last long. You see this fella going off odds on the day. Any other Hennessy winner that would go back over hurdles, you'd be odds on to win. This is not a great handicap hurdle at all. And at 6 to 4, I think this is just revolves around him. It's just what's going to follow him home. So I picked two at bigger prices. One is Charles Burns Light Duties. He was off for over 2 years and came back, and he wasn't on back. He was back from 50s into 25 to 1, and he won very well and very impressively for a horse that's been out over 2 years. He's around 16 to 1 shot, so he'd be a good each way price. 16 to 1. I think you get 4 places on the day. And another one is Delta Work, showing good form over the season, but he needs to step up a bit more. But I can see him run into a place because he's not a bad horse at all, and he's not thrown in, but it's a nice racing weight to have. So I think it revolves around Total Recall and Light Duties and Delta Work each way. So next we go on to what I think is the race of the day, is the Flowglass Novice Chase. So this has practically the best 2.5 to 3 mile chasers in Ireland in this. So I'll run through the field. You can see the horses in this. So we've Monolly and Sutton Place at 7 to 2. You have Invitation Only at 9 to 2. Album Photo 11 to 2. Snow Falcon 11s. The Storyteller 12s. Rathvinden 14s. Kashari 16s. Dunicost 20s. Bomb Papa 25 and Tombstone 25s. This is a very, very good race. This could be the best race of the season so far. So you have Monolly, who was a very, very good hurdler. Came second in the Alba Bartlett at Penhill last year at Cheltenham, and he looked to chase her out and out. His first run at Punchestown, he looked like a star. He looked like the world was there for the taking. He fell at Leopardstown over Christmas, but he jumped impeccably the whole way around until he had made a novice mistake about 4 or 5 out, I think it was. He got a good kicking when he fell, but reports from Henry de Brom has said he's back to himself, schooled very well, and are hoping for a very, very big run out of him. So he's 7 to 2. He'd be my pick now in this, because he just looks a star horse out with a lot of these altogether. Even though Sutton Place was the best of these over hurdles, he made a good chasing debut, won readily going away, looked like he needed a run. I think Monolly has the beatings of him. And another one there is the Willie Mullins Invitation Only. He won at Punchestown the last time, won very well again. He beat another horse of Willie Mullins that actually came out and won during the week. So the form is there, he's good form. You can make a case for majorities of these, but I think Monolly is going to come out on top at the end, and I think you can see a Gold Cup horse in the future. Gold Cup winner running in this. That's going to win the Gold Cup maybe next year. And I won't put it past Monolly doing this because he has star quality all over him. Ones to mention, Snow Falcon, very good hurdler, seems to get in the hang of things over fences. Won impressively the last time at I think it was Leopardstown. Won the last time at Leopardstown. He ran very well, won very well. It was a race where one of Bacardi's fell in. He went off 5 to 6 favourite and he took it up, and he never looked like getting bet after it. Another one at a big price, Bon Papa. He didn't seem like he got the 3 miles the last time. He's dropping down a trip. I think he's a very, very good chance of hitting the money if top 3 fail to fire. Also, Albon Photo, he looked like he was going to win this last race, but tipped up at the last. He seemed a few novice mistakes, but I think it's better to make novice mistakes at the start of the season than when it comes down to the crunch. So on that, I think Molly has learned his lesson, and I think he'll be more careful, not careful, but he'll be more clever at his fences instead of taking chances. So I'd say my choice would be Molly a 7-2 with Sutton Place to come second and Invitation Only to follow them home. So next we go on to the Irish Gold Cup. So the field in this is Urduke, Annabelle Fly, Clodagh Vict, Outlander, Jack Adam, Falsolido, Manila Rocco, Mala Beach, Alpha de Zobo and Edwolf. This is a very tough race to pick the winner of this field. You have Urduke come back from an injury. He had kissing spines when he ran at Down Royal. Annabelle Fly, the winner of the Paddy Power, is very impressive with that. Clodagh Vic, who ran for the first time in nearly 2 years at Punchestown over hurdles, didn't jump a hurdle, may as well have been a flat race for him, so he tried to take every hurdle out of the ground, but yes, still managed to win. Outlander, I wouldn't back him with anyone's money. I just wouldn't back him at all. Jack Adam, oh, poor Jack Adam, he always finds one too good. Falsolido now is an interesting one. He has a very good engine. He's very highly thought of as a youngster, and he had a very good season until he got injured last year, winning the Grade 1 Novice at Down Royal at the start of last season. He ran very well for a long way in the Future Champions Chase. Not the Future Champions Chase, the Grade 1 3-mile chase at Leopardstown over Christmas. Travelled a long way till about 2 out. He looked like he had a very, very good chance until he faded. He looked like he needed a run at that. He's 16-1. He's a huge price, and I wouldn't put off anyone having a bet on him. I wouldn't. Alpha de Zobo, I was up at Gorn when he ran in the great Galmore hurdle, and he just doesn't look like himself anymore. Even though the ground was bottomless, he won that race 2 years before, and he won it with a Hesney chest stamp. So I just think he's not the horse he used to be. Manila Rocco, second in the Gold Cup last year. He needs to find his form again, but I think he's just going to be primed for Cheltenham from John Joe O'Neill. So I going through it again. If I was to put me head on the chopping block, I'd take a chance with Clodagh Vic because he has untapped potential, and they persisted with him to keep him in training, so they're not doing that for the good of their health. And I think 5-1, it's not a great price for what he's done, but he has bundles of class. So if I had to pick, I'd pick Clodagh Vic and Falsolido each way at 16-1. Next we'll have the 410, the Grade A handicap chase. So if Hell's Kitchens had coming over for England for this, he's currently a 5-1 favourite. Last run at Kempton, he won nicely, even though it didn't look. His jumping was very good, but he didn't win by that much. One that's interesting is Joseph O'Brien's French import. I'm going to get the pronunciation of this wrong. It's Voy Moran. Well, he ran in the Paddy Power, I think he's 5th or 6th. And any normal improvement out of him from that race will see him go very, very close in this race. And he's currently a 9-1 chance. And he'd be actually my bet in that at 9-1 because he's the unknown quantity. No one knows how good he could be. And he could be absolutely trunnion on his French form. So I take a chance on him on Joseph O'Brien's French import. I'm not even going to try pronounce the name again. Other ones in this is Willie Mullins, Polydam. Didn't see out to 3 miles the last time. Dropped down the trip, was going to sue him. He's going to run a solid race. And another one in there is Jessica Harrington's Jet. He'd have a very good chance if he could brush up in his jumping a bit. He has good novice form. It's just a jumping more. He's bound to belt 1 or 2, but if he stops that and has a very clear round, he could go very close in that. So my pick in that is Joseph O'Brien's French import. He's about 9-1. So that's it. The bumper I didn't look at yet properly, so I put up that on the Facebook page what I think of that one. So again, lads, thanks for watching again. Give us a like, subscribe, and have a look back on my last video, which is Saturday's card at Leopardstown. I'll also, on the Facebook, I'll have up a few pics from the racing weekend from different tracks, but there won't be any pics from Leopardstown. They'll be all on this video. So I'll have pics up with the races, and I'll have a talk about Boover there, and Mr. Pro's running up in Musselburgh in the National. I think he actually has a very good chance. So again, lads, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.